Hello, everyone. My name is Robert Lischak here inside the West Campus Building K. After an unexpected delay, Bobcat action is confirmed. It is back here. The women's volleyball team up against Gulf Coast State College, the Commodores. PHSC on their last game this week. 4 games this week they had, and they're going to have 3 more next week. The Bobcats hoping to have success here after falling yesterday against Pensacola State College. Again, I'm Robert Lischak, your voice for Bobcat Sports. Again, in the Building K in West Campus. A great crowd on hand tonight after an unexpected delay. The game was supposed to be at 10 a.m., but there were some issues with the officiating. They were a little bit late, so we're going to have the game here at around 12 o'clock. So that's going to be quite exciting. 9 minutes and 10 seconds left before we have some Bobcat action here. Just a little bit of interest just to let you know right now. PHSC has a 2-6 overall record. They're on a 1-game losing streak after losing against Pensacola State College in a shutout 3-0. The best case scenario is for them to be 2-2 this week. They lost against Monroe, they won against Trinity, and they lost against Pensacola. But they're going up against a highly competitive team, a team last season that went all the way to the Final Four national tournament, that being Gulf Coast State College. So for the Bobcats here, they have to do extremely well. They have to build the momentum that they had with Trinity, but not have the mistakes and momentum faltering that they had against Pensacola, especially in that second set. But I'm looking at Hernandez, I'm looking at Reyes, I'm looking at Brackens. Those players defensively up front have been fantastic. It's just some cumulative plays, some communication, things like that. Freyer has always been great in terms of serving. Bravo has been fantastic on serving. It's just with these defense-heavy teams, the Bobcats got to be faster, especially against a team that is so far undefeated in conference. PHSC itself is 0-1 when facing 2-0 conference teams, undefeated. That being yesterday with Pensacola State College, the Pirates. So here, the Bobcats have to have a strong opening Sunday, because then they have a game on Wednesday and then Friday and Saturday. And I think the following week they have almost 6 or 7 away games. It's an absurd amount of home games, and that could be really hard on a team, especially that operates at home, that is more comfortable at home. I think every home game, I think every home team is more comfortable when they are at home. So with 7 minutes and 18 seconds, I know that was a quick pregame, but we do have some Bobcat action coming your way. And in just about 7 minutes and 9 seconds, the PA, the national anthem, player introductions, and then we'll get to see, can the Bobcats be 2-2 this week? Can they go and get their first home conference victory? We will see in this extensive afternoon game against the Lady Commodores. The Bobcats coming your way. We'll be right back.
welcome to Pasco-Hernando State College. Today's matchup features the Gulf Coast State College Commodores and your Pasco-Hernando State College Bobcats. At this time, we ask our fans to please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Now, it is time for our player introductions. For Gulf Coast State College, number 1, Donna Aguilera. Number 2, Addison Howey. Number 4, Skylar Johnston. Number 6, Riley Warren. Number 7, Ella Britton. Number 8, Olivia Jones. Number 10, Melanie Salazar. Number 11, Lakon Colston. Number 12, Melanie Alvina Barzo. Number 14, Taylor Hill. Number 15, Hannah Ockley. Number 16, Liliana Benas. Number 17, Isabella Lopez. Number 24, Jasmine Miles. Number 25, Kira Mathis. And number 32, Kyra Reynolds. For your Pasco-Hernando State College Bobcats. Number 1, Valentina Cardoso. Number 2, Isabella Gonzalez. Number 3, Vicky Aquino. Number 4, Alana Carter. Number 5, Sarah Hernandez. Number 6, Avery O'Call. Number 8, Maria Cubero. Number 9, Isabella Cruz. Number 10, Kaden Barber. Number 11, Kirsten Shaw. Number 12, Kaylee Brockton. Number 18, Cameron Long-Ray. Number 14, Alanis Colon. Number 15, Sydney Frey. Number 16, Amy Jordan Cruz. And number 17, Andrea Bravo. Now, let's go Bobcats.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Robert Lischak, your voice for Bobcat Sports. It's PHSC up against Gulf Coast State College, their second home conference game of the season. Yesterday, the Bobcats lost against Pensacola State College. The Bobcats hoping to be 2-2 this week. Obviously, in terms of the four-game stretch they had, again, they lost against Monroe. They won against Trinity. They lost against Pensacola. Hopefully, they can win out against one of the best teams in terms of conference play. I mean, they are 2-0 right now, Gulf Coast State College, and last season they made it to the Final Four in Division II women's volleyball. PHSC with a 2-6 overall record, 0-1 in conference. Gulf Coast State switched the numbers. It's 6-2 overall, 2-0 in conference. The teammates getting ready here in Newport Richey, Florida. Great crowd on hand tonight, both sides for Gulf Coast and for Pasco-Hernando. Again, the Bobcats are wearing black and yellow. Meanwhile, Gulf Coast is wearing a navy blue and white. Obviously, their defensive specialist or libero is wearing opposite colors. Gulf Coast, it's blue. PHSC, yellow with black striping. Again, a team has to win 3 sets in order to win the match. Number 7, Ella Britton for Gulf Coast will be serving the first ball of the first set. Ready to kick off this afternoon game. This Sunday game, the Bobcats hoping to win out and get their first conference win of the season. Ball is up in the air, first touch by Freyer. First point, first kill, Avery O'Call. PHSC up 1-0 thanks to the work of Avery O'Call, the middle hitter from Ocala, Florida. O'Call with her serve. There's the set. Ball is going to be counted as a point for Gulf Coast. Game is tied 1-1 early in the first set. Thanks in large part to, I believe, number 15, Hannah Otley on that last play. As I'm going to see who is serving there. It is number 12, Milani Alva Balzo. Milani serves her ball up in the air for Gulf Coast. First touch by Bravo. Dig there by their defensive specialist. Tap ball, Freyer with the dig. Second touch. Here's the third. Ball up in the air for Gulf Coast. Freyer, first touch. Ball is deflected back in play. Second touch by Freyer after a great shot by Bravo to keep it in. Ball up in the air. Bravo with the set. The attack. It goes out of play for number 14, or should I say number 14, Alanis Colon. Just getting that confirmation. Milani Alva Bonzo is serving for Gulf Coast. The Commodores leading 2-1 early in the first set. Ball up in the air, fake out. Tack shot that goes in the favor for PHSC. Some discretion with the Gulf Coast fans over here. It is 2-2 on that play. Hard linear shot on the right side. They call it inbounds. It is 2-2. Game is tied. Isabella Gonzalez, setter 5'10" from sophomore from Miami, Florida. She's a sophomore, on that. Ball is put back in motion for Gulf Coast. There's the third touch. First touch by Bravo, then Gonzalez. Colon with her shot that goes over. It is out of play. Gulf Coast leading by 1. 3-2 is the score early in the first set. Again, a team has to win 3 sets in order to win a match. They have to reach 25 points, or when they get to that point, lead by 2. Skylar Johnston is serving for Gulf Coast. She puts the ball in motion. First touch by Freyer, then Gonzalez. Hard shot by, I believe, Colon is deflected by the upper front line of the Commodores. 4-2 is the score. Gulf Coast leading by 2. Johnston again will serve for the Commodores. First touch by Colon, then Gonzalez. Ball is deflected. Freyer with a nice dig. And a confirmed kill by Leica Colston. Number 14 for Gulf Coast adds a point in quick succession. 5-2 is the score for Gulf Coast. They are in control here. Johnston once again serving for Gulf Coast. She puts the ball up in the air. First touch by Cologne, Gonzalez, then Brackens. And they get the point. Brackens gets the kill. Ball deflected off the hands of a player. That adds another point for PHSC. They're only down by 2. 5-3 is the score. Gulf Coast still in control as number 14, Alanis Cologne, will be serving for PHSC. The outside hitter, freshman from Orlando, Florida, went to Freedom High School. Cologne puts it up in the air. Second touch. The attack. Ball is counted as a point for Gulf Coast. Great job by number 15 on the roster for Gulf Coast, Hannah Otley. And with that, Otley will get the serve. PHSC is down by 3. Bobcats got to keep the offense alive, the momentum. Dig by number 15, Otley, as that ball then went down. The opposite 15, Freyer, trying to grab that one. One too many touches. It is now 7-3, a 4-point lead for Gulf Coast. Deanne Wilson talking to her fellow players. Defensive formation up front. Cologne with the first touch, then Gonzalez, and then Hernandez puts that one back in play. Gulf Coast with their shot. It's going to be counted as a confirmed kill. Cologne unable to get that one in time. It is now 8-3, a 5-point lead for Gulf Coast. Otley once again for the Commodores will be serving. Ball up in the air. Cologne. Gonzalez trying to keep that ball in play as she goes to the right of me. It is now 9-3, and we're going to have a timeout. Deanne Wilson calls a timeout. It is a 6-point lead in the first set early for Gulf Coast State College. The Bobcats down early here. And with that timeout, we will take a quick break. It is 9-3, Gulf Coast in control of the first set. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone, here. They're going to have the horn called early. The game is reset. Gulf Coast leading by 6. 9-3 is the score as Otley for the Commodores puts her serves up. Freyer with the first touch that goes all the way back out to Gulf Coast territory. The attack is successful for number 11, Leica Colston. Goes past, I believe, number 12, Kaylee Brackens, and number 10, Kaden Barber on that play. It is now 10-3. Gulf Coast in control early, 7-point lead. They hit double digits. Otley once again for Gulf Coast will be serving. First touch by Freyer, then Gonzalez. Hernandez with her shot. It's a point. And they add one here, PHSC does. The lead is now cut down to 6 for Gulf Coast. Freyer will now be serving for Pasco-Hernando. The defensive specialist, 5'7", from Palm Harbor, Florida. Puts the ball in motion. Ball high up in the air. First touch by Gonzalez, then Freyer, Hernandez. And a block by number 11 proves unworthy as the call goes to PHSC. They're going to confirm it. PHSC thinking that they got the point. Gulf Coast contesting that. Again, it was a blocked shot. Hernandez hoping to get the point here to cut the lead in half. As of right now, the score is 10-5, but they're still having some decision here on the play. It is the first set. It is a point. So Hernandez with that point, it is now 10-5. Freyer once again will be serving for the Lady Bobcats. The lead is now cut down to 5 for Gulf Coast. First touch, the set. Here comes the attack. A confirmed kill by number 1, Dana Aguilera. It is now 11-5, a 6-point lead for Gulf Coast. Went past Sydney Freyer on the right side, or left side, I should say, as Aguilera puts that one in motion. It's another confirmed point for Gulf Coast. Aguilera has the Commodores now with a 12-point total. It is 12-5, PHSC down by 7. Aguilera puts the ball in motion. Second touch by Gonzalez. Hernandez with her shot. That ball up in the air. First touch. Second touch by Gonzalez. Avery O'Cole puts it in motion. Blocked shot by number 17, Isabella Lopez. And they add a point. Gulf Coast does. 13-5 already in the first set. Aguilera serves it up. Gonzalez with the second touch. O'Call with the third. Ball kept alive, however. Ball is tipped and counted as a point. A play by Kira Mathis. And the bench erupts for Gulf Coast. It is 14-5 now. Ball back in play for Gulf Coast. And a kill by Isabella Lopez. Gulf Coast up by 10. Aguilera puts the ball in play. Second touch by Gonzalez. Hernandez puts that one into the territory of Gulf Coast. Now the ball is back in for Pasco-Hernando. O'Call with her attempt for a kill. That ball is kept in somehow, some way. Freyer, Gonzalez. Hard shot by Barber. It's deflected. It's out of play, but it counted as a point for Pasco-Hernando. It is now 15-6. Reyes is in the game. She's wearing number 18 this time around for Pasco-Hernando, as number 4, Alana Carter, will be serving for Pasco-Hernando. The setter, 5'6" freshman, puts the ball up in the air. The attack, that ball tipped against Carter. Gulf Coast adds another point. 16-6 is now the score. Kira Mathis will be serving for Gulf Coast. The Commodores up by 10. Ball set in motion. Here's the set. Now the attack. And a deflected shot by the effort of Skylar Johnston. Adds another point for Gulf Coast. 17-6 in the first set. Gulf Coast in the driver's seat. Pasco-Hernando at the bus stop. Mathis serves it up. Fake out. Hard shot by Reyes. And a deflection and jubilation on that play. Number 6, Riley Warren adds another point. 18-6, and Deanne Wilson will call a timeout for Pasco-Hernando. The Bobcats are down, and they are down bad early in the first set. And with this time, we will take a quick timeout of our own. The Bobcats down, Gulf Coast leading 18-6 in the first set. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, here. Women's volleyball, first set. The Bobcats down bad. 18-6 is the score. Gulf Coast in control. The second home conference game of the season for Pasco-Hernando in Building K. As Kira Mathis will once again serve for Gulf Coast. She's wearing blue and yellow. She's on the left side of the court. The ball is up in the air. Hernandez raised, then to O'Call. That ball is back in play for Gulf Coast. Hard shot, counted as a point for number 17, Isabella Lopez. Some communication errors on that front. 19-6 is now the score. Gulf Coast within 6 to win the first set. Again, a team has to win 3 in order to overall win the match. Mathis with that one that is out of play. Pasco-Hernando gets a point, 19-17, or 19-7, I should say, excuse me on that part. Bravo serves up the ball for Pasco-Hernando. Fake out, hard shot. Bravo puts it back in the air. Cologne able to get the point there, 19-8. The lead is now just 2-8. Gulf Coast still in control, however. Bravo, Andrea Bravo serving for PHSC. The defensive specialist from Davenport, Florida, 5'5" sophomore, one of just 4 on this team. There's the set. Freyer with a good dig. Bravo trying to keep it back in the air. Somehow O'Call puts it back into the territory, and a communication error in front. Oh my goodness. A wild series of events. O'Call puts it back in play for Gulf Coast, and Gulf Coast puts the ball back inside the middle territory for the Bobcats. 2 Bobcats collide with each other, trying to grab the ball onto the ground, and Gulf Coast now leads 20-8. Ball is served up in the air, but it hits the net. Ella Britton's shot hits the net. It is 20-9. Ball up in the air by O'Call. It's counted as a point. 20-10 is the score. O'Call, the middle hitter, opposite hitter from Ocala, Florida, puts up the ball for Pasco-Hernando. There's the set. Here comes the attack. Hard shot by number 14, Alanis Cologne. A block shot, a confirmed kill. PHSC has some life here. 20-11, Gulf Coast still leading. O'Call, back in action. She serves the ball. First touch, the set, the attack, and another point for Gulf Coast, 21-11. Again, we are in the first set of this contest. Leica Colston serving for Gulf Coast. Ball up in the air. First touch by Bravo. And an error in the middle with Bravo, and I believe Rays adds another point for Gulf Coast, 22-11. Ball put into play by Gulf Coast. First touch by Bravo, second by Freyer. Ball is put back in the air. They got to put it back out. There's the set. Here comes the attack. Ball back in the air thanks to the front line. Bravo with a good dig. And a confirmed kill on the upper right side past Freyer. 23-11 is now the score. Gulf Coast leading. Number 12 on the roster for the Commodores. Mililani Alva Bonzo will be serving it up for Gulf Coast. PHSC down here. First touch by Bravo. The set. The attack. Too hard, too far. And another point for Gulf Coast. It is 24-11. Gulf Coast within one to win the first set. Bonzo is going to put up the ball. Freyer with the first touch. Ball back in play. One too many touches for Gulf Coast. PHSC adds a point. 24-12 is the score. Caden Barber's in the game. Barber, the outside hitter, is back inside the game. Isabella Gonzalez will be serving for Pasco-Hernando. 5'10" sophomore from Miami, Florida. 24-12. Ball up in the air. First touch, here comes the set. The attack. Freyer with a great dig. Other attack. Freyer unable to grab that one. A hard confirmed kill by Gulf Coast, number 1, Dana Aguilera. And Gulf Coast wins the first set. They lead 1-0 overall. The score on that first set, 25-12. Pasco-Hernando will be playing now on the left side, as Gulf Coast will be playing on the right. PHSC down 1-0 overall in today's contest. Second set action coming your way. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone, here in Newport Richey, Florida, Building K. The Bobcats up against the Lady Commodores, Gulf Coast State College. The Bobcats down 1-0 overall in terms of sets. They lost badly, and now the Bobcats hoping to tie it because the Lady Commodores are in the hot seat here. They are in control. I should say the Bobcats are in the hot seat, as the Lady Commodores are up on their side of the court. They switched sides. They are on the right side. Meanwhile, the Lady Bobcats are on the left. 12:30 is the time right now. Again, we had the game scheduled for 11 a.m., but there was a slight delay. It was pushed back to 12 p.m. Good crowd on hand tonight for both sides here, Pasco-Hernando and Gulf Coast. Again, just want to remind you that the home games are free for everyone to enjoy. Yes, free. So if you're looking for something fun to do on the weekend or just passionate about the game, this is the best way to do it, from baseball, softball, volleyball, basketball, and more. For more information about upcoming home games for all of our sports, go to PHSC Athletics website or check out our socials. And with some quick time as well, we also want to remind you that women's soccer will have its first home match today against Weber University Junior Varsity at 4 p.m. Eastern. It is located on the Wesley Chapel District Park and is free for everyone to attend. Andrea Bravo for Pasco-Hernando will be serving the ball. She puts the ball in play. Here comes the set, the attack. Bravo with the first touch. There's the set. Here comes the attack by Cologne. Ball put back in motion for Gulf Coast. The set, the attack. Graves tries to keep that one back in for Pasco-Hernando. Now that ball is way high up. Bravo. Fake out by O'Call. Ball has to be put in the air. Nice job by Rays. Cologne with her shot. And it goes out of play. So Gulf Coast with the first point in the second set. They lead 1-0. Skylar Johnston for Gulf Coast will be serving. Puts the ball up in the air. Here comes the attack by Cologne. Ball is deflected, counted as a point after one of the Gulf Coast players taps it and it goes out of play. The game is tied 1-1. Avery O'Call, the middle hitter, opposite hitter from Ocala, Florida, has the ball. She will be serving. Ball up in the air. First touch. It goes back in play. Hits the ground on Bobcats territory. A strange point, but a point nevertheless. 2-1 is the score. As number 15, Hannah Otley, serves the ball for the Commodores. Bravo, first touch. Here's the second. Brackens with third. Ball back in play for Gulf Coast. Hard shot, counted as a kill by Dana Aguilera. Bravo trying to dig down deep and get that play, but it's out of her reach. Commodores leading 3-1 against the Bobcats here in the second set. Otley will reset and puts the ball in play. It's up in the air. Bravo, Freyer, Cologne, and that ball goes out of play. 4-1 is the score right now. Gulf Coast in control. Again, Gulf Coast has a 6-2 overall record entering today's matchup. Freyer, Cologne, ball in play. Leica Colston trying to grab onto that one, but it goes down too quick. It is now 4-2. The Bobcats only down by 2. Isabella Gonzalez for Pasco-Hernando will be serving. Miami, Florida resident. The sophomore, 5'10", from St. Braden High School. That's where she went to high school before joining the Bobcat family. The set, the attack. Freyer with the first touch. And that ball is going way back out. Ball back in play. Hard deflected shot. Freyer somehow keeps it in for Pasco-Hernando. Next attack. Cologne all the way back out to a fellow Gulf Coast statesman. Bravo trying to hold on. Ball was up in the air. Freyer got to put it back out. Can't have one too many touches. Hard shot. Confirmed kill. Number 11, Leica Colston gets the one there. They're leading by 3. 5-2 Commodores on top. It bounced off a Bobcat on the, obviously, left side of the court. Danny Aguilera puts the ball in motion. It's now in Bobcats territory. Cologne puts it back out to Gulf Coast. Here's the attack. Confirmed kill. It's not a confirmed kill. The ball was out of play on that one. It is now 5-3. Hernandez is back in the game for Pasco-Hernando as number 14, Alanis Cologne, the outside hitter, serving for PHSC. Ball up in the air. First touch, the set. Here comes the attack. Deflected shot by Brackens. Trying to keep that one in. Brackens over top. Third touch. Good job there by Cologne. Fake out. Hernandez with her shot. Ball is deflected, hit the top of that gray post. And now PHSC is only down by 1. 5-4 is the score. And we want some more action here by the Bobcats. Alanis Cologne, the freshman, puts the shot up in the air. Goes back into the territory. Gonzalez, Brackens, ball is deflected, counted as a point. The defensive work by Colston for Gulf Coast adds a point. Gulf Coast leading by 2, 6-4. Seeing over here, number 25, Kira Mathis. Serves it up for the Commodores. Freyer with the first touch for PHSC. Gonzalez, fake out. And a point, a kill. Great job there by Caden Barber. 6-5 is the score. PHSC only down by 1. Seems to be more back and forth than the first set as Sydney Freyer, the defensive specialist freshman from Palm Harbor, Florida, serves the ball up in the air. The set. Here comes the attack. Gonzalez with the first touch. Freyer. Hernandez with a very hard shot that goes out of play. 7-5 is the score. Gulf Coast up by 2. Number 7, Ella Britton, will be serving for the Commodores. First touch by Cologne, then Gonzalez. Barber with her shot. It's a point. Great job there by Pasco-Hernando. 7-6. PHSC only down by 1. Reyes is back in the game now. Number 4, Alana Carter is back in the game. She will be serving for the Lady Bobcats. Ball up in the air. First touch, second touch. Was it one too many touches on that play? I think it might have been. 7-7 is the score. The game is tied now. PHSC and Gulf Coast tied 7-7 in the second set. Carter, the defensive specialist, 5'6" freshman from Wesley Chapel, Florida, serving for the Lady Bobcats. But she hits the net on that play. 8-7. A little bit of frustration by Alana Carter there. 8-7 is the score as number 12, Mililani Alva Bonzo, for Gulf Coast, will be serving. Again, the Commodores are wearing blue and white. Pasco-Hernando wearing black and gold. First touch by Freyer, then Cologne. Goes back out. Hernandez trying to put one in, but it goes out of play. 9-7 is the score. Gulf Coast leading by 2. Bonzo once again will be serving. Ball put up in the air. Hits the net though, so it is 9-8 now. PHSC gets the point after the error by Bonzo. 9-8 is the score as number 17, Andrea Bravo, the sophomore from Davenport, Florida, serves up the ball, up in the air. First touch. Here's the set for Gulf Coast, the attack. A confirmed kill for number 1. Dana Aguilera goes straight into Sydney Freyer. Freyer with no time to react. It is now 10-8. Gulf Coast leading by 2. Skylar Johnston serving for Gulf Coast. Again, Gulf Coast playing on the right side of the court. They switch after every set. First touch, second touch. Here comes the third. Ball up in the air. Commodores reset. Cologne puts it back in motion. And the effort by the Commodores there. Colston and Otley adds another point for Gulf Coast. 11-8 is now the score. Pasco-Hernando still trailing. Gulf Coast serving up here. Johnston for the Commodores. Ball up in the air. First touch by Cologne. Reyes puts that ball into Gulf Coast territory. Now they reset. Ball goes out of play for Gulf Coast. It is now 11-9. PHSC down by 2. Gives us a chance here. Number 6, Avery O'Call for Pasco-Hernando. Puts the ball in motion, up in the air. Ball is deflected, counted as a point. The effort there, the collaborative effort of number 12, Kaylee Brackens and Alanis Cologne, now has the Bobcats only down by 1. Avery O'Call puts the ball up in the air. She serves it up. And that ball goes out of play. Another collaborative effort there by the Bobcats, but it does go out of play. Trying to repeat the same magic as the last play, but it does not go their way. It is 12-10. Otley puts the ball in motion for Gulf Coast. Second touch, third touch by Brackens. Ball is back in for Gulf Coast. Freyer deflects that shot up, but it's counted as a point for Gulf Coast. It is now 13-10. Gulf Coast up by 3 as Otley will reset and serve for the Commodores. Otley with her shot. First touch by Bravo. Here's the second touch. Cologne with the third. Ball is counted as a point for Pasco-Hernando. A diving effort by Gulf Coast, but PHSC able to get a point. It is now a 2-point lead, just a 2-point lead for Gulf Coast. We are in the second set. Overall, Gulf Coast leading 1-0 as Isabella Gonzalez now for Pasco-Hernando. The sophomore from Miami, Florida, serving it up for the Lady Bobcats. Defensive formation, linear up front. The attack. Gonzalez with the set. Here comes the attack. Barber just too high on that play. Too aggressive on that play. 11-14 is the score. Excuse me on that. Pasco-Hernando down. It's 14 for Gulf Coast. Pasco-Hernando for 11. Ball put in motion by Aguilera. Bobcats trying to keep the ball in play. A race to get it on that deep right corner between Freyer and Barber. And Gulf Coast, adds a point, 15-11 now. PHSC is down by 4. Aguilera for the Commodores, number 1. Serving it up once again for Gulf Coast State College. Freyer trying to hold on to that one, but that goes out of play awkwardly, way back out. Gulf Coast adds a point, 16-11 now. And once again, Dana Aguilera puts the ball in motion, and it's another point for Gulf Coast. Goes past number 14, Alanis Cologne, and we're gonna have a timeout here. 17-11, Gulf Coast leading in the second set. With this time, I'd like to share some information about the coaches. For Pasco-Hernando, it's Deanne Wilson, 8th year at Pasco-Hernando State College. Guided the Bobcats to a 7th place finish in the national tournament back in 2017, was the 2018 Sun Lakes Conference Coach of the Year, won the Sun Lakes South Division back in 2023, and then recently made the postseason for a second consecutive year during the 24-25 season. For Gulf Coast, they're led by Scott Allen, who enters his 8th season as head coach of the Lady Commodores. And last year, they had a great year. The Commodores, under the direction of him, in his 7th season, finished with an overall record of 25-7 and a perfect 14-0 conference record. And they made it to the conference championship and then the Final Four for the NJCAA Division II National Volleyball Championship. So this team is well experienced. They're going against a pretty high caliber team, but Pasco-Hernando has some weapons of their own. They're still only down by 6 in this situation. So who will win this game? Either Scott Allen or Deanne Wilson, coaching both in their 8th season professionally. Nice job by Brackens and then Freyer. Ball back in motion. One too many touches, I think, was the call. 18-11 now is the score. Dana Aguilera, number 1, will be serving for the Commodores. The Bobcats hoping to end this 4-game home stretch this week with a 2-2 record. Their overall record, again, is 2-6. Ball up in the air. First touch, second touch, way back out. Great job there with the effort of Gonzalez and Caden Barber. A lateral pass to then get it down on that upper right corner. The Bobcats only down by 6, 18-12, Gulf Coast leading. Alanis Colon, the outside hitter from Orlando, Florida, serves up the ball for PHSC. Ball up in the air. There's the set. Third touch goes back out. Gonzalez, fake out. Barber with the kill. PHSC only down by 5 after a great shot from Barber. Cologne will be serving the ball once again for the Lady Bobcats. There's the set. Comes the tack. Block shot on the net. And Gulf Coast only now leading by 4. 18-14 is the score. And we're going to have a timeout here. PHSC has some rhythm. Hopefully it won't lead to some blues because they do need to win this game. They have not yet won a home conference game, but it is early after all. Again, 18-14 is the score. Pasco-Hernando only down by 4. And with just about 60 seconds on this timeout, we will take a quick break. Can the Bobcats win this one and tie it 1-1? We will see. We will be right back in just a few moments. Welcome back, everyone, to the second set. Gulf Coast up 1-0 overall. We are in the second set. 18-14 is the score. Pasco-Hernando down by 4. Cologne serves up the ball for PHSC. The set, the attack by Gulf Coast. Ball up in the air. Freyer keeps it in motion somehow. Cologne puts it back in play. It's counted as a point. And the bench is fired up. Great play by Pasco-Hernando. It's like Battleship. Pasco-Hernando only down by 3. Cologne puts the ball in play, up in the air. Here's the set. Now the attack and a kill, a bounce-back kill by number 11 on the roster, Leka Colston for Gulf Coast. They add a point, 19-15. It's been a back-and-forth affair in the second set. In the first set, completely different story. Here, there's a bit more fight. That's what the Bobcats need to do in order to win, especially against a higher-ranking opponent, that being Gulf Coast State College. Kira Mathis serves it up for the Commodores. First touch by Cologne, then Gonzalez. Back to Barber. Ball back up in the air. Second touch. Third touch by Mathis. First touch by Freyer, then Gonzalez. Fake out. Hernandez with one, and it's going to be a kill. Great job by Hernandez. She's got the speed. 19-16 is the score right now. The Bobcats only down by 3. Sydney Freyer of Pasco-Hernando will serve the ball. Ball is up in the air. First touch, second touch, that goes back in play. Freyer with the dig. Ball up in the air. Hernandez, third shot, goes inbound. It is in play. They add a point there. Back-to-back points by Hernandez there. 19-17 is the score. They're only down by 2. Freyer coming back with this shot, puts the ball in motion. Great dig there by Gonzalez. Ball counted as a point on that upper left side by number 4, Skylar Johnston. 20-17 is the score. Gulf Coast leading. Ella Britton, number 7 on the Gulf Coast roster, will be serving it up for the Commodores. Ball is up in the air. First touch by Freyer, then Cologne. Hard shot by Barber, deflected back in again. One too many touches, counts as a point for Gulf Coast. 21-17 is the score. Gulf Coast within 4 to win the second set. Pasco-Hernando just a little bit behind. Britton with her shot. Hits the net though. Bobcats get a point. 21-18 is the score. Again, Bobcats still down though. Reyes is in the game now. Number 18, and then Carter is back in the game, and Carter will be serving for the Lady Bobcats. The freshman from Musley Chapel, Florida. Again, 13 new players on this Bobcats roster. Ball is up in the air. The set. Here comes the attack. Somehow, some way, Reyes keeps it in control. Freyer with the set. Here comes the attack by Hernandez. That ball is back in play for Gulf Coast. They reset. Blocked again. Somehow, some way, one too many touches, I think. No, the ball is still in play. Dig by Freyer. Cologne. Carter. Oh, Cole gets the kill. A great play by the Lady Bobcats. The Bobcats only down by a couple points. 21-19 is the score. What a great series of plays there by the Lady Bobcats. Again, we are in the second set. Can the Bobcats win this one and tie it 1-1 overall? We will see in just a couple seconds. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, here. PHSC up against Gulf Coast State College. Gulf Coast leading 1-0 overall, but the Bobcats brewing something here in the second set. They're only down by a couple points. It's 21-19, Gulf Coast with the lead, but PHSC has the ball with number 4, Alana Carter from Wesley Chapel, Florida, serving it up for the Lady Bobcats. Puts the ball up in the air. The set, the attack. Carter trying to reel that one in. It is 22-19 now. 22-19 is the score. Noelani Alva Bonzo, number 12 on the Gulf Coast Commodores roster, will go ahead and serve the ball. Ball is up in the air. Second touch by Carter, on that one. Reyes puts that one in motion. Dig by Gulf Coast, and a kill by Dana Aguilera has the Bobcats in some deep trouble here. Some agility and speed by number 1 Dana Aguilera gets the point, the 23rd point for Gulf Coast in the second set as number 12 Bonzo once again will be serving the ball. The ball is in play. First touch by Freyer. Carter puts it back out. Here comes the attack. Ball is blocked and counted as a point for Gulf Coast. 24-19 is the score, and we're gonna get another timeout. So PHSC calling a timeout with 24-19 being the score. Gulf Coast still leading in the second set. Again, a team has to win 3 sets in order to win the match. When you win a set, it has to be 25 points, or when you reach that point, lead by 2 or more. And with 52 seconds, we will take our own quick break. Do not go anywhere. The result of the second set coming your way. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, here in Newport Richey, Florida. The second set of some volleyball action. The Bobcats down 24-19. The Bobcats hoping to win this set, at least tie it 1-1. Bonzo with the serve for Gulf Coast. Second touch by number 12, or number 14, that being Cologne, and then a great kill by a Lady Bobcat. It is 24-20. Trying to see who got the kill, but unfortunately it was a bit obstructed. Bravo puts the ball out for Pasco-Hernando. Here's the set. Now here comes the attack. And with that one, number 15, Hannah Otley. Gulf Coast wins the set 25-20. They are up 2-0 overall in this contest. Pasco-Hernando will be going now to the right side, while Gulf Coast will be going to the left side of the court. And with that, we will take another quick break. Bobcat action coming your way. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Just about 60 seconds left before we get into the third set. PHSC down here. The Gulf Coast Commodores leading 2-0 overall here in Newport Richey, Florida. Their second home conference of the season for the Lady Bobcats. Again, they have 3 games entering this week. They have one here Wednesday and then Friday and Saturday. More details on the PHSC Athletics website, and you can check out our socials as well. Additionally, women's soccer will have its first home match today against Weber University JV at 4 p.m. Eastern. It is located at the Wesley Chapel District Park and is free for everyone to attend. As we get a wide shot here. Gulf Coast pumped up here. The Bobcats hoping to hold on. Again, the Lady Bobcats wearing black and gold. The Commodores wearing blue and white. The ball will go to Gulf Coast State College. Number 7, Ella Britton, will serve the ball, the very first one in the third set. Bobcats with a linear defensive formation. Britton with the ball up in the air. It is out of bounds. 1-0 is the score. PHSC leading after that ball by Britton goes out of play. Number 6 for Pasco-Hernando. Avery O'Call puts the ball in motion. Ball is blocked. Gulf Coast resets. First touch by Bravo. Hard deflective shot, somehow, some way keeps it in. And a diving effort there by Amy Jordan Cruz. Can't get the job done. And the game is tied 1-1 overall. 1-1 in the third set. With number 12 for Gulf Coast, Melanie Alva-Bonzo, serving up the ball. Ball is up in the air. First touch by Bravo. There's the attack that goes back in play for Gulf Coast. Freyer with a good save. Here comes the second touch. Brackens with the third. Brackens with the deal, getting it done. 2-1 is the score. PHSC leading here. Isabella Gonzalez will be serving for Pasco-Hernando. Putting the ball up in the air. Ball is way back out. They keep it in play, though. First touch. Here comes the second by Gonzalez. Colon with her shot. Gulf Coast keeps it in. Freyer with her first touch. Gonzalez with the set. Brackens with the attack. It's confirmed. Brackens making it happening. 3-1 is the score. 3-1 in the third set. Pasco-Hernando leading by 2. Gonzalez ready to serve. Ball up in the air. It's counted as a point, though, for Gulf Coast. Just went out of play on that deep left corner, just past the baseline. 3-2 is the score. Johnston for Gulf Coast puts the ball up in the air. It goes out of play as well, so PHSC able to extend it there. 4-2 is the score. Sarah Hernandez is back in the game for Pasco-Hernando as number 14, Alanis Colon, the outside hitter, will be serving it up for the Lady Bobcats. Bobcats down 2-0 overall in today's contest. The set, the attack. A good one there by number 15, Hannah Otley. Gulf Coast within striking distance. They're only down by 1. As Otley will now serve for the Commodores. Commodores puts the ball up in the air. Here's the set. Brackens with the attack. Brackens puts it too far down. It is 4-4. The game is now tied. Otley will once again serve up the ball for Gulf Coast. Ball is up in the air. Ball is up high. The attack by Barber goes awry, hits the netting. It is now 5-4. Gulf Coast leading by 1. Otley once again for the Commodores, puts the ball up in the air. Freyer with the first touch. Gonzalez with the second. Hernandez got to put it out with the third. The attack. Freyer up in the air. It's counted as a point. 6-4 is the score. Gulf Coast leading by 2 in the third set. Again, a team has to win 3 sets in order to win a match. Gulf Coast within 1 set to do that. Otley hits the ball into the net. It is now 6-5. PHSC only down by 1 as Sydney Freyer of the Lady Bobcats will serve. Sydney Freyer with the ball here, puts it up in the air. First touch, here comes the set, now the attack. A nice floater shot. I believe that was from number 1, Dana Aguilera. Adds a point for Gulf Coast. 7-5 is the score as Dana Aguilera will serve for the Commodores. Puts the ball up in the air. First touch, second touch. Barber with the third. Deflected shot up in there, and it is counted as a point for Gulf Coast. A good defensive effort up front. Ball up in the air. Gonzalez, then O'Call. Then ball is back in play, though. Cologne. Gonzalez puts it out easy. Gonzalez with a great dig. Freyer with the set. Hernandez with a potential kill. That ball is deflected by number 11, Leica Colston. Cologne unable to grab that one in time. Gulf Coast leads it by 4, 9-5. The Bobcats got to make a living here. Like the Dolly Parton song, they got to do something. Dana Aguilera serves the ball for Gulf Coast. Set by Gonzalez, fake out, hard attack by Barber. It is a point for Pasco-Hernando. 9-6 is the score. Carter is now in the game. Amy Jordan-Cruz is in the game for Pasco-Hernando as well. The latter, number 4, Alana Carter, will be serving it for PHSC. The ball is in there. The set, the attack. Goes out of play. Counted as a point for Pasco-Hernando. It is now 9-7. Ball put in motion by Carter. Here's the set, the attack, and Gulf Coast goes into double digits, 10-7, after another play by Colston for Gulf Coast. PHSC down by 3 as number 25, Kira Mathis, their defensive specialist, will serve the ball. Number 25 on the roster for Gulf Coast. Ball is in the air. First touch by Hernandez, then Carter. Back to Hernandez. The ball is back in play for Gulf Coast. Hard shot there, and it's going to be out of play. Cologne had the last possession there. And Gulf Coast leads 11-7 now. The Bobcats down by 4 in the third set. Ball up in the air. Carter O'Call with a great shot. That ball was deflected, and Gulf Coast unable to keep the ball in play after that shot. PHSC adds a point. It is 11-8 now. Andrea Bravo, the sophomore from Davenport, Florida, will serve it for the Lady Bobcats. Ball up in the air. There's the set. Here comes the attack. Goes past Carter on a hop. PHSC now down by 4. 12-8 is the score. Gulf Coast in control. Ella Britton serves the ball up in the air. Freyer with the first touch. Then Carter, fake out. And number 14, Cologne, tries to hit that one. And PHSC able to grab a point on that particular play. On the fault of Gulf Coast, it is now 12-9. They're only down by 3. And a great defensive move there by Cologne once again. The Lady Bobcats now only down by 2 as Avery O'Call will serve it up for Pasco-Hernando, the freshman from Ocala, Florida. She went to Forest High School. She puts the ball up in the air. There's the set. Here comes the attack. Great defensive effort there by Cologne and Brackens. And the game is now down to just 1 point. Gulf Coast leading 12-1. O'Call once again will be serving it up for PHSC. It's a must-win set for Pasco-Hernando. We are waiting to get it back into play. It will be in play for now. Here we go. The attack, hard shot. It's counted as a point, tipped right in the center. It is now 13-11. Number 12 for the roster, Melanie Alvabanzo, Gulf Coast, serving up the ball here. Ball up in the air. Freyer with the first touch. Ball goes back in the air for Gulf Coast. Bravo. Then a great shot there. Great dig, though, by Bravo. Amy Jordan Cruz puts it back in play for the Bobcats. Ball was deflected, coming my way. If you can zoom in here, this is what happens when you're in broadcasting. You never know what's going to happen. (14-11) is the score here. Gulf Coast in control. Melanie Alva Bonzo serving it up for Gulf Coast, the Commodores. Freyer with the first touch. Here comes the attack by Amy Jordan Cruz, but the ball is deflected off the net. And Gulf Coast is within 10 points to reach the 25-point limit they need in order to win this set and potentially the match. The Bobcats, though, still have some room here. They're only down by 4. Bonzo with the serve. First touch by Bravo. A great shot there by Pasco-Hernando. Ball is now back in play for them. Freyer with the set. That ball is back out thanks to Cologne. Resetting here, hard shot. It's counted as a kill. Went past Freyer. Gulf Coast managing a 16-11 lead in the third set. Bonzo once again for Gulf Coast will be serving it. Ball is up in the air. Bravo with the first touch. Bravo with the third touch. Ball back in play for Gulf Coast. And it goes past Sydney Freyer on her left side. Another confirmed kill, another point. It is now 17-11. And we are calling a timeout. PHSC is calling a timeout. 17-11 is the score in the third set. PHSC down by 6. And with that, we will take a quick break of our own. The Bobcats down here. It is the third set in Newport Richey, Florida. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, here in Newport Richey, Florida. The Lady Bobcats down by 6 here. It's 17-11. Gulf Coast in control, winning overall 2-0 in terms of sets. Again, a team has to win 3 sets in order to win a match. The Bobcats do not want to face back-to-back shutout losses after they lost against Pensacola State College. First touch by Freyer. Brackens with her shot. It's a kill. Great job there by Brackens. It is now just a 5-point lead for Gulf Coast. Gonzalez is in the game. Barber is now in the game. Carter goes back on the bench as Isabella Gonzalez, the setter, 5'10", from Miami, Florida, will serve the ball. Ball is up in the air, goes into Gulf Coast territory. Great kill there by Cologne, the outside hitter. The freshman from Orlando, Florida, with a quick time kill there. It is 17-13. PHSC only down by 4. Ball is up in the air by Gonzalez. First touch by Cologne, then Gonzalez. Hard shot by Barber. It is counted as a point, though, for Gulf Coast. 18-13 is the score here. Gulf Coast with a 5-point lead in the third set. Alana Carter with her shot. And a communication error between Gonzalez and Brackens adds another point for Gulf Coast. It is 19-13, a 6-point lead for the Commodores. Bobcats behind here. Skylar Johnston of Gulf Coast serving the ball. Tipped, hit off the net. Freyer with the first touch. Brackens with a potential kill. And another communication error up front between Gonzalez and Brackens adds another point. Point number 20 for Gulf Coast. They are within 5 to win the set and win the game. Johnston once again serving it up for the Commodores. Ball up in the air. Freyer with the first touch. Brackens with the second. Cologne all the way back out. It's counted as a point for PHSC. 20-14 is the score. Bravo is out of the game while Hernandez is back in. Number 14, Alanis Cologne, will be serving it for Pasco-Hernando, the outside hitter. Ball is in play, and that one goes out of bounds. 21-14 is now the score. Commodores within 4. Hannah Otley for Gulf Coast serves the ball. First touch by Cologne, then Gonzalez. Fake out Hernandez with her shot. And it's a point for Pasco-Hernando after a hand by a Gulf Coast player deflects it out of play. It is 21-15 now. Sydney Freyer of Pasco-Hernando will serve the ball for PHSC. The Bobcat getting ready to serve. Ball is up in the air. There's the first touch, the set for Gulf Coast. And it hits the net, though, from number 6, Riley Warren, and PHSC adds another point. 21-16 is the score. They're only down by a couple points here. Again, in the third set, Freyer resets, puts the ball in motion. The set, here comes the attack. An easy kill there. Goes past Cologne on the left side of things. 22-16 is now the score. The Commodores within 3. Dana Aguilera, number 1 on the Gulf Coast roster, will serve it. Freyer with the second touch. Barber with the third. Ball is back in play for Gulf Coast. It's counted as a point because it deflected off a hand of a Bobcat player. 23-16 is the score. The Commodores within 2. Aguilera once again will be serving the ball. Ball is in motion. Hernandez. Then O'Call back to Hernandez. Ball is in Gulf Coast territory. Cologne, Gonzalez, back to Barber. And it's a kill for Barber. 23-17 is now the score after the kill by Barber. PHSC again down here. Gulf Coast within 2 to win the set and win the game. Alana Carter for Pasco-Hernando puts the ball in play. First touch, the set. Here comes the attack. Second attack. Third by Hernandez. Ball is back in play for Gulf Coast. And Carter unable to get to that one quickly. Thinking that it might have gone over to the Gulf Coast territory, but it did not. Slowed down and was unable to reach it in time. It means that Gulf Coast is within 1 to win the third set and then win the game. Gulf Coast with the ball here. Carter. Ball is deflected off of Hernandez. And with that, Gulf Coast will win 3-0. Back-to-back shutouts, unfortunately, for Pasco-Hernando State College. And Deanne Wilson will wait for her next opportunity on Wednesday at 6 p.m. against Lake Sumter State College here at home on the PHSC Athletics YouTube channel. For Robert Lischak and everyone here at PHSC, stay safe and have a good rest of your afternoon. We'll see you soon.